going to be short too. That means that all of you can go after this, enjoy the rest of the Easter weekend. Oh, perfect, perfect. I'm going to do a little different this time. I'm going to be sharing my screen in the other side. Okay. All right. Okay, let me open a new window. Okay. All right. I'm going to share it. Why it's not sharing? Oh, no, it's not sure. Okay. Let's share screen. I love technology. I say that all the time, but when we started in this business, every Saturday we were doing what I'm doing, but in person. Every Saturday we have a meeting. We were going through the onboarding that you just saw. We usually started with an opportunity meeting, then we have an onboarding, and then we have the pay plan. Every Saturday, I was doing it on a whiteboard. And of course, it didn't matter how the weather was outside. If we have a bad storm, if we had to be there, didn't matter what was happening. And I love technology because now I can do this from home, and we have family coming already. I can hear some people probably came in already, and I still can do the presentation. I'm not going to be worried like I was doing the presentation, and in the back of my head, I say, "Oh, holy cow! I had to head home. I had to stop somewhere, etc." Here we have the technology working. But anyway, I'm just going to go an overview of the pay plan, and I love to do this. Okay, there are two ways to get a person involved: as a customer, and then as a BA. And BA has they can be just selling. I call it like basically the affiliate side, because it works like an affiliate program, or team building. Now, the cool thing as a BA, you can do one or both. That's the cool thing. And the reason I have separate, because always in every company has been, sometimes there are some people that just like to sell. Customer, well, it's clear. It's somebody that just want to buy the products. When you sign somebody as a customer, they're buying the product, and every time that they're buying, you get a 25% commission in whatever they're buying. And customers can refer people. And when they refer somebody, they get $10. Refer. It doesn't look like it says refer, but anyway, that's what it said. Let me erase it because it doesn't look like it say refer. Okay. Refer. It's because he correct me. As you see, he correct me. Although this time correct. They receive $10 every time. The customers, because their customer cannot receive commissions. They don't have a 1099. They don't have anything like that. This is interesting. Every person that they refer, let's suppose that they refer this person here. When that person buy, the customer receives 10%. But guess what? We receive 25% commission. Even that we didn't sell to that person. In other words, not only we make 25% commission on the things that the customer buy. Remember, it's customer, but any person that they refer, every time they buy, we get also the 25%. That's so cool. And this is something that we forgot. It's why we have the simplest and best affiliate side of any network marketing company, because very simple. There are companies that it seems very, they say you can make a lot of money, but it's very convoluted because, for example, it's very common in companies that you start, when you sell one product, you make 10%. When you sell 5, depending on the company, you make it goes to 15%. Here it's just one commission, 25%. And any referral, we get 25% too. Any referral, they're getting the 10% voucher that they can use for the next purchase. It's a voucher, it's a gift certificate. But we received the full 25% commission. It's interesting because although I knew this, to know it and to really feel it, it's different when it happened. A few months ago, and I said in one of the calls, I had customers, and I don't pursue customers, but some people say, I just want to buy. That's okay. I always looking for people that want to build, especially now in the first 5 years of the company. I always say I'm looking for people that want to work with me. Let's work together to build a large global organization with incredible products, and you can make a lot of money, etc. But some people say, you know, what is the product? I love the product. I buy the product. I'm not going to build anything. That's okay. I forgive them. They buy, make 25%. But it's interesting because a few months ago, I saw that I had a new commission customer. And by the way, those commissions are paid daily. When I mean daily, the next day. Pop, and you get paid. That's cool. And I got a commission. I don't remember how much. It was like $20, $30. It was not huge. And I said, who the heck is that customer? I didn't recognize it. And what happened, I didn't recognize it because that was a referral of a customer that referred a customer. And I got 20, $25, $30. So it was something like that. It was no, don't remember how much. And by the way, it happened several times from the same customer. And it's interesting, the customer that I had only once, ordered once. The customer that I refer ordered has been ordered consistently. And I get 25% every time that person orders. It's not necessarily every month. It's randomly. Some months order 3 times, some months no time, and it's only 2 times again. And I was able to connect with them, with her first, but it's a couple. I talked to both of them, and I think they are going to become BAs because they love the products. But this is interesting, 25% every time they buy, and I get paid daily. That's so cool. Okay, that part is clear. Now, but again, people come 2 ways, customers and BAs. Okay, let's go to the next one. That means that we get commissions on retail, 25%. Very simple, 25%. No quotas that you have to have X amount of money sold or anything like that. The second way that you make money quick, by the way, is the PIBs, product introduction bonus. It could be between $25 or more, depending on the package, up to $340, $5. And the first order, that's paid weekly. This is paid daily. Although it's the next day. I say daily, but the next day. This is weekly. That would be the following week. Example, the week ended tomorrow, and we get paid on Friday. It's actually a little less than a week, but we get paid on Friday. Okay. Now, for these two, to make commission these two, a person, when they join, they don't have to be active ordering yet. I know some people don't like for me to tell that because they're supposed to be active. It could be a person that just came with the $30, doesn't have the money, and they said, you know what, I don't have the money. How can they do it? Well, they give me a list of people to join, and then anybody that buys, you are going to get 25%. And anybody that joins, you are going to get PIB. And then that way, you can buy the products and become active because you get commissions on these two without being active. And this is great when it's somebody say, I really don't have any money. I really broke. They say, okay, let's do a deal. Just find those $30 to join and then make a list of 10, 15, 20 people. Let's connect with them right away. Now, if you are not going to do it, don't join. Simple. And then we help them to sell, make money, and buy the package. But anyway, that's so cool. This is really clear, by the way. Retail commissions, you pay 25%. PIB, it depends on the package. Or the first order, too. Because it's not only package, but the best way to show it is on the packages. Very simple. No big science here. The second way is building a team. Okay, actually, it's more than one. The building team. Building a team. Oop. I don't know what I didn't write there, but okay. Let me erase this because I didn't like a team. Building a team. Okay, building a team, you get paid several ways. One of them, oops. Okay, now. Team bonus. And the team bonus is on sales or volume. Actually, volume. Let's put volume. All right, very simple. Now, our pay plan is called, ours is a hybrid, but one of the part of the team bonus is what we call a binary. It's binary because you built only 2 legs. That's it. Now, when you have 2 people, when you start building a team, or when you become a brand ambassador, by the way, to become a brand ambassador, you have to order with at least 100 points, and then you're an active brand ambassador plus the $30. You create 2 banks, left, all right. Now, every volume that accumulate in these banks, we get paid. And the way that we get paid, people start joining, ordering, and let's suppose that here come 300 points and here 600 points. That's a total of 900 points. And by the way, it could be the other way around, 900, 600 and 300. This is what is called a cycle that pay between $35 and $45. Why they did that? Because we get paid on unlimited levels. That's why we really are not a multi-level company on the sense of the commissions, because the computer, doesn't matter how deep your person goes, is looking is for volume. And whoever came with the idea of cycle is great, because in that way we can calculate those volumes as deep as the volume comes. Doesn't matter, it's 100 people below. In other companies, after certain levels, you don't get paid. And that means that 300 points come here, and it's the sales and consumption on all this side, and 600 on this side, that's the same thing. You get a cycle, you make $35 to $45. The difference is when you have 10 people that your personal sponsor that are active, then it goes to 45. It's what they call the happy 10. It's very simple. I know it's different. It's why the first time that I heard cycles for me was Chinese. But now I see that's so smart. Now, any volume that is over, for example, any volume that goes over this, stay in the bank. Let's suppose that here you have it 400, you get paid 300, 100 are left on the bank, waiting for the next cycle. The volume, you never lose, never lose volume that you are not getting paid, as long as you are active with 60 CV. You are 60 CV. Move this because it keeps changing. Okay. This is really cool. Let me change the color to blue again. It's nicer, actually. All right. Okay. That means that you can have thousands of points waiting for, and let's suppose that this leg, I'm going to put another page because in that way I don't see the math. Let's suppose that you're here, and then one of your legs, let's suppose that this one goes crazy and has thousands of volumes. Let's suppose that you have in the bank 10,000 points. That way, we call it CV, customer volume. That means that you have to build only one leg. People ask, where do I put the people? I have only 2 legs where you have the less volume. If you have 6,000, 10,000, a lot of volume here, then you put people here. And remember, every 300 points that you get, you subtract 600 from here. Now they are $9,400. Tack, you get $35 to $45. In other words, you are building only one leg after one of your legs goes crazy. If you have already a lot of volume in one leg, that's so cool because this is the dream of any buyer. You are focusing on only one leg. And again, this is what is called cycles. And you can have up to 600 cycles a week. That is equal to $27,000 a week in income. If we want to go per year, it's $1.4 million a year. And you see the potential is tremendous. And why this is simple for any other pay plans? First of all, you're building only two legs, and then you can go on limited levels. You don't have to qualify. Wow, there are balloons coming. I don't know how that happened. Once in a while happened. Let me see if I can do it again. Nope. You can go on limited levels. You never lose your volume as long as you're 60 points. You never lose anybody in your team. The team always is under you, even if the person you sign up a superstar and the superstar pass you on, when I mean pass you on the rank, but the person, you never lose that person. It's always going to be under you. But as you see, it's very powerful, the income that you can earn. This is still, we are on the building a team. Building a team. Now, there is a powerful thing on the building a team. This is the cycles. I'm going to go to the next one. That's matching bonus. And this is part of building a team. Building a team. I'm repeating this. This is super smart. But what the company did is, although in the computer you see this, they also keep track of everybody that you personally bring, and they call it L1s. L1s are the people that you personally sponsor, and they keep track of that. And here's where the word hybrid pay plan comes in. We get paid on binary on the on the pay plan. Oops, I don't know why I did that. Okay, we get paid binary here on this part in two legs, but then we have a second part of the pay plan that is called the matching bonus, where on the personal sponsor, we create another pay plan. It's like having another pay plan that's called unilevel matching bonus. That's why it's called a hybrid. Unilevel matching bonus, what it means is you are going to get paid on the income that other people are earning on your team. This is very unique. Not many companies do that. And the ones that they have that, in order to get to that matching bonus, you have to have a high rank. Here, you can start as a one-star. That's very simple. You can do it the first week. And that what it means is you can get paid on the L1 20 to 30%, excuse me, on what they earn. Let's suppose that this person here makes $2,000 in a week. If you get paid 30% on that person's income, the company is paying you that week an extra $600 in what that person earned. On every person that you sponsor on the L1s, everything that's L1 against personal sponsor, you're making between 20 to 30%. The difference is 30% is when you have your 10 people that which saw before, when you have your happy 10. But every time they make money, you get 20 to 30% on every person that they sponsor. It doesn't matter if they make $100 or they make $1 million. The reason is this is so powerful. Let me go to the page before. Okay. Is because here, let's suppose this leg, like I said, become a monster, and this one is not starting yet. But the person that you sponsor here become a superstar, and that person is making. And let me go to that page, because in that way, this person is this person. Let's suppose that is this person, and that person make $1 million in a year. Of course, I am exaggerating here. Somebody can do that, but what I mean exaggerating, let's assume that the person's getting the $1 million. You're getting up to 30% per year. Of course, it's paid weekly, but you're getting paid a whole year $300,000 for one person, even if one person in the leg, even if this leg is slow, and here's where the leader is. So it doesn't matter what leg, by the way. In other words, the person is saying, thanks because you brought a person, we are going to give you a matching bonus on what that person is bringing. And doesn't end there. You get paid also L2s, that means people that they bring, 15% on what they earn. L3s are people that the L2 bring, and you get 10% matching of them. And L4 to L7, that means 4, 5, 6, 7, you get paid 5%. That means 7 levels tall. This is going to be in the long term where you are going to make the most money when you're building a team. Because the more people you have making money, imagine, and you don't have a limit. You can make so much money just here. Yes, you make a good money, and the company, and I had to bring this up, and the company I was before, I have all this part, only this, and just having this, we made over $8 million in that company. We didn't have the matching bonus. We had the 2 legs, and I was happy because it's so easy to build 2 legs instead of building 10, 15, 20 legs. But then when we come here with 3, and they're offering us that we can have a matching bonus, that also they reward us for the people that are making money that we personally sponsor, and the one that they bring, whoa, they are creating another income, and they are really bringing what network marketing says. And network marketing said, the more people you make, the more money you make. But in reality, the way that the pay plans are built is based on their volume, on what they're bringing. Here we have both the volume, and then we also get paid on matching on what they're earning. This is super powerful. And this is a commission building a team. That's really cool. And we can stop here and say, well, that's it. We have still the 4%, the 3% global bonus, the 2% founder bonus, all those bonuses, but they don't depend on us because they depend on the company volume. This depends on us. And that's why in 5 years, we probably are going to be the company that has the most people earning $100,000 a month or more than any company in network marketing, because the combination of these 2 pay plans is why I call it hybrid. We have the sales pay plan, that's the binary, 2 legs, unlimited levels, and then we have the unilevel on the matching bonus, where we get paid up to 7 levels. And by the way, unilevel, that nobody's going to pass you, because this person that's here, this person that's here, doesn't matter if they go to a rank way before you, you never lose anybody. You never lose anybody. This is the beautiful thing about the pay plan. I'm going to stop here because this is the perfect time to ask questions about the pay plan. But as you see, simple. Pay plans out there, unilevels, breakaway, etc., they have long, thick booklets or tons of pages. For example, there is a pay plan that's out there that has 51 pages to explain the pay plan and 37 pages to explain how the points work. Say what? Well, I mean the points, because the way that it's built, their pay plan, we don't have to worry about that points works, because it's just formula that they have. It's so damn complicated that I have talked to people that they think they are leaders in that company and they don't know their own pay plan. I do, because one time they were coming, oh, we pay better than you. First of all, the company pay only like 35% of the volume to the field. We pay close to 60%. Just that, we pay way more. And people say, oh, no, but not. And they say, okay, let me tell me what, to get to a certain level, what do you need? And they don't even know it. They say, well, you sponsor people. Here is very simple. How do you make $1 million here? Very simple. One on the left, one on the right, one on the left, one on the right. You keep doing that, and then just in cycles, you can make $1 million. And you are even counting the matching bonus on your people. Anyway, that's the cool thing. And by the way, I always very direct, because I have earned in the past over $1 million in a year. It's why when somebody come to me and say, I think big, how do you make $1 million in your pay plan? And 90.9% of the people don't know. Here you ask somebody, how do you make $1 million? one on the left, one on the right, one on the left, one on the right, until you are having 600 cycles. That's over $1.4 million a year. And that's without counting the machine bonus that you can make also millions there. Of course, I think big is why I talk like that. But you can ask the same question, and most people don't know how to answer. They don't know, or if they know, they go through an explanation of 20, 30 minutes. At the end of the 30 minutes, you forgot what the person said at the beginning. Anyway, any comments? Okay, let me see if I'm looking at the post on the right side. Okay. Well, it seems that there are not any questions or any comments about the pay plan. You don't have to know the whole pay plan. If you know just something simple, one on the left, one on the right, one on the left, one on the right, that's it. Oh, by the way, an example, and I'm going to do it here. An example that I learned when I was playing this kind of pay plan, because remember, I was in a pay plan that has two legs too, didn't have the machine. When people say, okay, I'm going to show you the potential, and I was writing 1 to 12. And I said, let's suppose that these are months. By the way, they could be hours too. And you can retire in 12 hours. But let's suppose that you bring 2 people, and they bring 2 is 4. The reason I'm explaining this because that's the way that the pay plan was explained the first time. Those 4 bring 2, that's 8. Those bring 2 is 16, 32, 64. You see 2 every month. 7 months, those 64 bring 2 each one. It's 128 new one. Those 128 each one new. 512. I know the numbers by heart because I've done this thousands.
Can you
literally.
share that screen?
Oh, you don't see it? Oh, sorry. And thank you for saying that. Okay.
I love this numbers part.
Yeah, thank you. Let me start from 0 here. Okay. What I do, can you see it? No, it's still not. Why is it not sharing? Okay, I just click share. Let's see. Screen share, that broadcast. Okay, now it's, I think, sharing. Perfect. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't look at the screen before. Okay. I write, the person that sponsored me wrote 1 to 12. Remember, that company had the binary, the 2 legs. And he did this. Okay. And I said, let's suppose that these are months. And joking, I said, well, what if they're hours? What happened hours? Anyway, but let's suppose that you bring 2 people that are going to do what you're doing. Not everybody's going to do. Those 2 bring 2 is 4. Those 4 bring 2 is 8. Those bring 2 is 16. Those 16 bring 2 is 32 new ones. Those 32 bring 2 new ones, 64, 28. I know the numbers, like I say, by heart because I've done it so many times. 124 to 48. This is the way that our pay plan works, by the way. In total, there are 8,192 people. I know already the results. The reason this is so powerful is because show you how your business has grown or can grow. How many, you have 8,192 people, but how many you personally sponsor? Anybody can say it? I know you can say it. Of those 8,192, how many you personally sponsor? Anybody? Da-da-da-da. Don't be shy. I don't want to answer. You have 8,192 people. How many you personally sponsor?
2.
2.
Just 2. That's the way that we have close to 1 million people in that company. We sponsor 100, I think it was 140 or 150 people, but we had close to 1 million people. This was in around 14 years or something like that.
Can you do that with the 3?
Oh, yeah. I call it the +1. Remember, we are in 3 and we have the promotion right now. Okay. The +1. You bring 3, and I'm going to stop and 7, yeah. 9, those three bring 9, 3 is 9, those three bring 3 is 27, 81, 240, 720, okay, 2,100. Actually, if this would be 7 here. Even if I go 8, then that would be 6,000. I'm going to round it up from this point of 9 would be 8,000. Look, it's almost, okay, keep trying to solve me a mathematical. Look at the difference. Just because one more. That's not bad, huh?
Amazing.
And by the way, let's stick here to the 8,192 for a second. Let's suppose that the orders are 100 points each one. It's 190,000 points. And then I say 5%. Now, let me tell you what I say 5%. That's about 40,000 a month. When you have 300 and 600, and you get, that's 900, and you get 45, it's 5% of 900. As you see, that's why I don't want to do the cycle part, etc. here in the example. It's like if you get 5% here, $40,000 a month or a week, depending how this is happening. Could be 10,000 a week now. But you sponsor 2 people that are doing what you are doing. This is so powerful when people understand this. When you find 2 people that are doing what you are doing, you may have to go through 100, even if it takes you 100 people to go to those 2. Is this worthwhile? This is the power of this pay plan. And this is with accounting the matching bonus. Because let's suppose that somebody in your team does those 40,000 a month, and you sponsor that person, you're getting 30% of that. You're getting also $12,000 of that person on the matching. I'm putting so many numbers here that if somebody sees this at the beginning without knowing what we are writing, they're going to think that this is a crazy thing that doesn't make sense. But can you imagine? This is the power of the pay plan. How do you explain? You don't have to explain even how the cycles work. You just say, okay, let me show you an example. But you can use this example. And then say, and let's suppose there's 5% of that. This is what you make. And by the way, let me tell you matching bonus. If that one person that you sponsor is the one doing that, you get up to 30% matching. You explained the whole pay plan already there in that graphic. You don't have to go through cycles. You don't have to go through levels. And it's so darn powerful, this pay plan. I like these numbers. I know some people, they say, whoa, but I cannot learn that. When I was Jimmy Smith, who was the one that sponsored me in that other company, by the way, he was 75 when he started. No high school education, no business person. He used to be a butcher for more than 40 years. And he said he got a placemat, and a paper placemat. And then the other side, he wrote these numbers. I saved that placemat with me. And at first, I was using it to remember with the numbers, because I wanted to make sure, even though I'm good with numbers, to make sure that I was doing it right. Until one day, the placemat fell in pieces because it was so old. I wish I had kept it, because for me, that was the beginning of $8 million. But it fell apart. I wish I had put it on plastic or something like that, protector or something like that. I didn't do that. But it always explaining just this. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. And by the way, you can do the 3 too. And then you start 4, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. This is people bringing to each one, 256, 512, 1,024, 2,048. I'm going to show you how this plan works. And in total, you have 8,192 people. Let's suppose that everybody's 100. It's 819,000. You get paid 5%. That's the same. It's 5% of 900. But anyway, 5. You get 40,000 a month. You can make more. This is the way that you make the money. And by the way, if you sponsor a person that's making that, or any money, it could be $100. you get up to 30% matching. That means that in the matching, you can make 30% in this example, $12,000 every month. You see, I explain again the matching and the pay plan. I didn't go through cycles or anything like that. If somebody get you into a pickle and say, can you explain me how the numbers work really quick? This is it. And the thing that you are telling that this apply, there are companies that they tell you, and there's a company out there that say, okay, you bring 5, let's bring 5 is 125, 125, 625, 3,195. Let's suppose that they're already 100 points, the same thing. You get 10% of that. But in reality, it doesn't work because they have levels. They not only they have levels, but you get breakaways. People move around. In order to qualify, there are so many things to do. Here, you're done. You're bringing 2, and they bring 2, and that happens. And again, and we were saying before, like Kimberly was asking, you add 1 more, it's 3. And you don't have even to go the whole plethora. Okay, I can go very quick here. 6,000. I can go 8,000 and keep going. But anyway, this is so cool. It is keeping in and out because we have people outside already. And she just took one of our lamps for the picture that we are going to take. Okay. You see, all right, let me close this. I cannot close it. Okay. Why I cannot? I'll stop broadcasting. All right. All right. You see how cool is this? Other companies cannot explain the pay plan like that because it doesn't apply. And by the way, we know that you get 25% when you sell the product and you get paid the next day, things like that. This is very simple, powerful plan. And the more you see it, the more it's going to get into your brain and you're going to say, holy cow, it really is simple. Thank you, Gina. It's very, very, very simple. It's just that I don't say easy because it's a new way of thinking numbers of the pay plan. Because normal pay plan says, I have people in my first level, I make 5%. In my second level, I make 5%. In my third level, we don't have levels like that, except on the margin bonus. But that's different because it's on what the people are earning. And that's why we pay more in companies, nutritional company, we pay more per every volume that comes into the company than any other company. It doesn't matter. And the older company, the less they pay. Don't let them tell you the opposite. They pay the less. Usually it's around between 28% to about 38%. I think is the one that paid the most, and I think it's New Skin. I'm talking in the older companies, or 32% is something like that. Because the way that the plans are set up are totally different. It's a totally different technology. But anyway, anybody wants to say something before we go? We went a little over time. Let me stop this.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Maybe tonight, maybe